Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, the acting registrar of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with utmost joy that I welcome you all to this occasion of this maiden induction ceremony of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos. Today's journey was birthed in 2010 when the Governing Council of the University of Jos approved the establishment of 3 faculties, namely Agriculture, Engineering, and Veterinary Medicine, among many other programs. The then Vice-Chancellor, Professor Hayward Babale Mafoy, invited me to superintend over the veterinary faculty shortly after my stint as the Executive Director, National Veterinary Research Institute, VOM. At the time, the task was massive and daunting, but with the encouragement of my husband and children and my passion for the veterinary profession, I accepted the challenge and got to work. With the support of the then Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, Professor Benjamin Ogu, and the then Dean of the Faculty of Natural Sciences, Professor Dakul, I commenced the first task of establishing the veterinary faculty by drafting the veterinary curriculum. In 2014, the faculty was given approval by the Senate to become an independent faculty with 7 departments, because we had started as a department under the Department of Zoology. Today, this young faculty that started 8 years ago is standing tall and is a point of reference to veterinarians and students across the country. The curriculum is the heartbeat of any profession. By assessing the curriculum of a degree program, one can judge the state of intellectual development and the state of progress of a nation. The world has evolved into a global village with new ideas and information pouring in a constant stream. It was therefore imperative that we started a faculty that will introduce new trends to achieve the ultimate goal of inculcating novel knowledge of veterinary medicine amongst our future graduates. Thus, our curriculum was designed to be market-oriented, matching the needs of industries, farmers, growers, and the society at large. Our graduates must be capable of becoming employers of labor. We are not training them to be employees, but to go out there and to be employers of labor. They have to be able to display critical problem-solving skills and be able to conduct scientific research. Recently, the World Organization for Animal Health, that is OIE, ad hoc group on veterinary education, comprising veterinary deans, academics, and experts in the field of veterinary education from all the 5 OIE regions, that's all over the world, made recommendations on the minimum core competencies needed for graduating veterinarians. The document sets out minimum competencies needed before graduating veterinarians, that is our day 1 veterinary graduates, with the objective of improving the quality of veterinary education worldwide, as well as emphasizing best practices in the profession. While noting that improving the quality of veterinary education is a key component of any plan to improve veterinary service delivery globally, efforts were made in drawing up the University of Jos curriculum to ensure that these core competencies were incorporated. Further efforts are being made to domicile the initiative of the OIE, which recommends the concept of twinning of veterinary education, and it is to be between developed and developing countries. The journey has not been easy, as amidst a cash-strapped scenario at the University of Jos, the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine went through 2 resource verifications and 4 accreditation exercises conducted by the National Universities Commission and the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. I dare say with all sense of humility that this is the first veterinary faculty in recent history of the profession that had passed every accreditation exercise at one go. This feat would not have been possible without the unwavering support of the university management, the dedicated and supportive faculty staff, friends and well-wishers that made immense contribution towards the development of the faculty. We also stand tall today because of the unwavering support of departments of biochemistry, human physiology, and human anatomy. Indeed, the entire College of Health Sciences had been worthy supporters and allies, and we thank them. Despite the challenges we faced during our journey, the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, has stood out in many ways since her takeoff and has attracted collaborations, grants, and partnerships from several national and international organizations. We have established partnership with Zoetis, whose quarters is in Belgium, through the African Livestock Productivity and Health Advancement Initiative, Alpha Project. We have cooperation with the National Veterinary Research Institute, and we are glad that the Executive Director is here represented. This is one faculty that works on with 2 different non-food animals. That is the Jos Zoological Garden and the Jos Wildlife Park. This is one faculty that has that cooperation. And so our students are also wildlife specialists in their treatment. And of course, the Integrated Dairies Limited, makers of farm fresh yogurt. Feel free to take farm fresh yogurt because these students are the ones assessing the health of the animals on the farm, on the integrated dairy farm. So today, each one of you will get maybe a pack of farm fresh just to tell you that these students have done their job. Ladies and gentlemen, the faculty, together with the Center for Advanced Medical Research and Training, Comrade Usmanu Danfodio University, Sokoto, the Nigerian Institute for Medical Research, NIMA in Lagos, the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, NARIT, the National Veterinary Research Institute, VOM, secured a mega TED Fund grant for vaccine production to contribute meaningfully to the government's desire to revive and make research and development the launch pad for national development. And this was facilitated by no other person than this gentleman, professor, this gentleman, academic, this gentleman that made things to turn around in the University of Jos, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro. Already, through that effort, an experimental animal laboratory to be used for vaccine research testing is nearing completion at the Veterinary Teaching Hospital by Polo Roundabout. The faculty has commenced discussion on the twinning arrangement with the Faculty of Veterinary Sciences, University of Pretoria in South Africa, and other veterinary faculties. The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, is also the only veterinary faculty that is involved in the planning and implementation of the FAO ECTAD-sponsored in-service veterinary applied veterinary epidemiology training, ISAVET, in Nigeria. So far, the faculty has successfully participated in the training of 3 cohorts with a total of 90 students from 36 states of the Federation and FCT. The veterinary teaching hospital, being an integral part of the veterinary degree program, was established through an MOU with the Plateau State government in 2015. The MOU took effect in 2017, and we effectively took over the moribund Plateau State Veterinary Clinic located by Polo in 2018. We had since transformed the facility both in structure and functionality and relevance to the veterinary space on the plateau and environs. The veterinary teaching hospital in Jos is peculiar as it uses an existing veterinary facility which has a rich history that is centrally located in the Jos metropolis, thereby attracting a large clientele and students on training from sister faculties across the country. This unique facility is a model that is being copied by several other veterinary faculties existing and coming up. The hospital can boast of well over 37,000 clients and patients in just 3 years of its existence, this is a feat most veterinary teaching hospitals have hardly achieved in their entire existence. The growth in clientele and infrastructure, however, was recently hampered by an unfortunate inferno that engulfed the premises on the morning of 9th of June 2022, destroying equipment and facilities worth hundreds of millions of naira. Luckily, this set of inductees had graduated by the time of the accident. The inferno has, however, created many limitations in the training of subsequent sets. This situation therefore begs the question: shall we let something this good go to waste? Or shall we pick ourselves up and build beauty from ashes? The answer to this question is not just yes or no, but it requires commitments and sacrifices from every one of us seated here and our partners beyond. And it is our hope that this will materialize in no distant time into an edifice of beauty that will develop brains. Ladies and gentlemen, the 16 graduates seated here today before you were part of 42 students admitted into the veterinary degree program in 2014. These clusters, who were refined through the curriculum of the veterinary program, have emerged as among the best. Among the graduates being inducted into the veterinary profession today, 6 have emerged as commendation students with a CGPA of 4.5 and above. The best part of this is 3 of these are ladies. Thus making their dean and the deputy dean and all female staff proud. Also, a member of this class, Mr. David Abiyayi, who, even though will not be the inducted today, won an international award organized by the American Society of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene Conference under the Clinical Research Award of the American Committee on Tropical Medicine and Travelers' Health, with the first position going to a student from the United Kingdom. The second position was won by our student from the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine. The third position was won by a student from the United States of America. The award-winning presentation is titled, "The Serological Evidence of Low Pathogenic Avian Influenza, the Various Serotypes in Local Birds from Live Bird Markets in Plateau State, Nigeria." Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what the faculty aims to achieve by training students that compete favorably worldwide and become globally competitive. May I crave your indulgence to appreciate Mr. David Chinedu Abiayi by giving him an ovation. You will be wondering that in spite of achieving this feat at an international level, yet David is not seated with them. This is because the faculty, though student-friendly, though we accept everything you do, we don't compromise certain deficiencies. And that deficiency has made him to repeat the year. He's going to graduate with the next year. Congratulations, David, for making us proud. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the faculty would at this point like to appeal to the university management. I know it is not supposed to be, I should have discussed with you, but I think, if I may dare ask, if it is possible to initiate a policy of absorbing the best students of every set into the academic staff strength of the faculty, starting with this set. This set of students had gone through the grill and rigors of veterinary character and training and have proven their competence all in this learning process. This class is not only our test case as a faculty, but they have had a unique journey of endurance, resilience, and patience, and they have risen to the challenge. This long-awaited induction can only be said to be well-deserved. For the graduates, I would like to say that you are living in times of global and unprecedented challenges. My advice to you is to see challenges as opportunities for innovation and also opportunities for positive impact. Ban Ki-moon, the former United Nations Secretary General, was once quoted as saying, and I quote, "In life, we must endeavor to be like flowing water," end of quote. We know that water is adaptive, it is resilient, it is dynamic, and of all the elements, it is the strongest. This means that these are qualities you must attempt to follow. You must attempt to develop, and you must attempt to bring into your practice. You must rise to the challenge with flexibility. You must rise to the challenge with objectivity. And above all, rise to the challenge with panache. So what is your takeaway from this faculty or university as you enter the wider real world? I would say, when you are placed in command, and you are going to be placed in command, you must take charge. Take charge of what? Take charge of your life. You have only one life to live. Take charge of your situation. Don't let fear of failure hold you back. Take care of your time. Do not waste valuable time. And the second thing I'll ask you to do is always do the right thing, even when nobody is watching you or watching over your shoulders. Because as you are nothing, without integrity, and leave this place with integrity and with strength of character. To you parents today and guardians, we say these persons you sent to us on trust, they have been baked and they are ready for your relishing. Go and relish them, enjoy them as we release them to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I will end this by quoting from the Book of Wisdom. While I know that the race is not for the swift, neither the battle for the strong, nor riches to men of understanding, but time and chance happen to them all. While I know that, I believe, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, that I have fought a good fight of faith. I have finished this race. Now awaits for me the crown, and these students I present to you for induction today are my crowns. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Please, let's give a standing ovation to our Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, the pioneer Dean, the one who molded these ones into what they are today. Thank you very much, Ma. Certainly, you will be crowned in glory, and there is ample evidence to show that your work will not be in vain. Let's take our seats. Thank you very much. That was an address by a very proud mother who has evidently brought up children that she is unleashing to the world and is very sure that they will make an impact wherever they find themselves. Thank you very much. We are coming now to the high point of the occasion, and to supervise the next item on the program is no other person than the acting registrar of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, in the person of Dr. Nurullah Abubakar, who will come forward and administer the oath to the inductees. Please, a round of applause for the acting registrar.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, the Vice Chancellor, University of Jos, Administrative Management of the University of Jos, and specifically Professor Lami Lombin, the President, Veterinary Council of Nigeria, Dr. Aisha Abubakar, AIG, the President, Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, members of the High Table, our graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's a great opportunity for me, and I thank God for that today I am joining my professor and our leader, one of the leaders of the veterinary medicine of Nigeria, Professor Lombin, to induct what is referred to as the jewel crown of Professor Lami Lombin. Permit me, the Vice Chancellor, to please read out certain things that are important for the inductees to be aware of before I proceed with this important responsibility of mine. There are things that should be known by all vets in Nigeria, and I wish to see this opportunity to avail you with that, my dear graduating veterinarians. Item number 1, this oath that you are going to administer today symbolizes your entry into the veterinary profession, a noble and great profession, as you all know. Number 2, provisional certificates being issued to you today is for recognition and privileges as a veterinary surgeon in the NYSC camp. it has been already ordained that no one is going to be admitted into the NYSC without this certificate. Number 3, the provisional certificate is only for 1 year, and the payment made to the Veterinary Council of Nigeria expires on the 31st of December of this year. So after this 31st of December, you are responsible to renew your certificate. The due date for the annual practice license is 1st January of subsequent years, as I mentioned earlier on. The VSCN registration certificate that bears the VCN number that will be issued to you is the permanent certificate of your practice, irrespective of the expiry date of the previous certificate. The VCN should be notified in writing for any relevant additional qualifications for recognition and reflection in the veterinary register. That's masters or fellowship. And the cost for registration of masters is 5,000 naira. PhD is 10,000 naira. For those who attain professorship, there is no need for payment, but it's incumbent upon professors to write to the Veterinary Council of Nigeria for information. The Veterinary Council of Nigeria's headquarters is based in Abuja, number 8 Zambezi Street, Zambezi Crescent in Maitama. It is your home, and you are always welcome. The Veterinary Council of Nigeria, as I said, is your home. It has 6 zonal offices. 1 in Ibadan, in Oyo State, that is for the southwest. 1 in Enugu State, that is for the southeast. 1 in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, that is for the south-south. And 1 here in Vom for the north-central states. There is also 1 in Kaduna State for the northwest, and 1 in Gombe State for the northeast. Again, Mr. Vice Chancellor, please permit me to say a word or two to my new colleagues. The professor, the dean, has virtually said all. But let me call your attention to, in fact, not only you, to this auspicious gathering, that if you observe the world now, you can see that pandemics are just springing up. And if you look at these pandemics, from HIV/AIDS to Lassa, up to the coronavirus that has locked down the world for 2 years, there are zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic diseases are diseases that cross from animals to humans and vice versa. Mostly now it's from animals to humans. I think this is an important public health issue that we should all pay attention to. My fellow graduates, you are going into the field, into the practice. Please look after yourself. Biosecurity measures, don't play with it. Because once it happens, we are the first line of defense and we are the first to be affected. So when you go into the field, take care of yourselves. And also the issue of awareness. A lot of people, like I said to the Joint Committee of National Assembly of Senators and Representatives, I was talking to them about the importance of veterinarians in the public health. Most people don't know that we are not just dealing with animals. We are dealing with the complete public health system. A lot of people are not aware of the importance of the first line of defense of the veterinarians. It's up to you now to make it known. So let people be aware. As you know, our IPC protocol, one of the most important items is awareness raising. So please take note of that. Having said that, permit me, Vice Chancellor, and my able leader in the veterinary profession, Professor Lami Lombin, to administer this important before I said that too, please note that an oath is a covenant. An oath is not just read it and you are done with it. You are going into covenant with your God, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim. So what you are going to read here today is going to be binding on you. So please take it seriously. May I ask my colleagues to stand up, please? You have this? I'm going to read. When I say I, you put your name there. And subsequently, whatever I say, you repeat it. You raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. As I said, it's an oath. So with all humility and solemnness, I read as follows. We read as follows. The veterinary oath. Please repeat after me. The veterinary oath. Being admitted to profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly declare and pledge to use my scientific knowledge and professional skills for the benefit of the society through the protection of animal health, promotion of animal welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of animal production and public health, and the advancement of the veterinary medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, respect for my teachers, senior professional colleagues, and in keeping with principles of veterinary ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competencies. Repeat, put your name there. So help me God. Congratulations. Okay, we are going to proceed with the next thing. We are going to hand over to you your certificates and permission to be veterinarians. Thank you.
Okay. I will be calling their names and our acting registrar will be presenting the certificates. May I invite Dr. Adaji Ocholu Gideon? Okay, let me invite Professor Bogoro and the Vice Chancellor to come forward and present some of the certificates to our doctors. This is the request from our acting registrar. If you would permit. Okay, so, yes. Okay, so, what we'll do is that our newly inducted veterinary doctors Yes, they will come forward. Yes. Okay, so they will come forward, sign, and then go and receive their certificates. Yes, from the Vice Chancellor and the President, Veterinary Council of Nigeria. So we have first Dr. Adaji Ocholi Gideon. Congratulations. Dr. Gweche Onuche Shalom, who had a distinction in veterinary microbiology and veterinary pathology. We have Dr. Alo Aleje Happiness Ogeye, who had a distinction in veterinary pathology. We have Dr. Daspan Jeremiah Riakala. Next is Dr. Ilya Levi Sunam. We have next Dr. Inechi Abiamiju Efesinachi, who had a distinction in veterinary microbiology and veterinary pathology. We have Joseph Elisha, Dr. Joseph Elisha, who had a distinction in veterinary microbiology, veterinary pathology, and veterinary physiology. We have Dr. Pasham Luemomoy Zethan, who had a distinction in veterinary anatomy, veterinary microbiology, and veterinary pathology. Okay, we are going too fast. Maybe we give them the opportunity. Let's catch our breath. So they are signing and then going to receive their certificates. Congratulations to all of them. Next, we have Dr. Madu Bueze Joseph Elisha, Dr. Madu Bueze Joseph Elisha, Dr. Molwat Mikhail Sati, Dr. Ode Matthew James. Yes, they are appending their signatures on the documents that conveys to them the power to practice as veterinary doctors. And they will be receiving the certificates, or they are receiving the certificates also of oath. We have Dr. Ogbeni Kenneth Ewewe, who had a distinction in veterinary microbiology and veterinary pathology. Next is Dr. Ogujo Pamela Omari, we have next Dr. Okonkwo Ikechukwu Christian. Next is Dr. Okoro Promise. Dr. Okoro Promise had a distinction in veterinary pathology and veterinary physiology. Last but by no means the least is Dr. Vonkuru Godwin Changwa. Congratulations to all of them. Yes, now they have been given the power to practice as medical or veterinary doctors, doctors of veterinary medicine. And here in the University of Jos, this is the first time we are witnessing such a ceremony. The first set of veterinary doctors being graduated by the University of Jos. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I present to you the newest set of veterinary doctors in West Africa. 16 of them here from the University of Jos. Congratulations, and congratulations once more. Then, for this, I will not spare this moment, but to say to you, great Josites! Great Josites! The greatest, the greatest, the greatest, and the greatest Josites! Please, let's give them another round of applause. Congratulations once more. So I think our newly inducted veterinary doctors can take their seats now. And something that caught my attention was that Dr. Nasrullah did not refer to them as inductees or graduates or students or anything like that. He called them colleagues. And that is quite instructive. So you have been inducted into the profession, and I'm sure the university will be expecting you to be great ambassadors of this great institution. At this juncture, may I invite another of your colleagues, a very distinguished one at that, the president of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, AIG Aishatu Abubakar Baju, to come forward for her address.
The Vice Chancellor, the University of Jos, Professor Ishaya Tanko, and his very able management team. You know, I have to say something today. I don't know why the acting registrar did not bring the certificate of the Vice Chancellor. 2 weeks ago, during the graduation of ISAVET, we all agreed. And as the president of council, I said he has been admitted into the veterinary profession for his services. So we should be giving you a certificate of by the acting registrar. He apologized. Our mother, Mama Vet, Professor Lami Lombin, the Dean, the Pioneer Dean of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, the NVMA President, my own sister, and the Acting Registrar of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. Oh, sorry, I have another council member here, Dr. Femi Kayode, the youngest council member in the history of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. So there is hope for you. The Vice Chancellor, sir, I want to respectfully stay on the already established protocol. It is indeed an honor and a great privilege for me to be at this maiden induction and oath-taking ceremony of these 16 young pioneer students of this great university into this noble, age-long veterinary profession. I am proud to say that the veterinary profession in Nigeria has grown from strength to strength over the years. It started from the first veterinary surgeon to practice in Nigeria. That was Captain Kerr of the Royal Armed Forces in 1914. To the establishment of the first veterinary school in Plateau State, here. in 1947, which produced the first veterinary graduates of Nigerian origin. So the veterinary medicine actually started here. Today, we have 11 veterinary schools approved by the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. The latest is University of Jos. With this evolution came the establishment of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria in 1953 to regulate the quality of training and practice of veterinary medicine in Nigeria. Among its functions and activities are: 1, determining the standards of knowledge and skills to be attained by persons seeking to be registered under the Veterinary Surgeons Act as veterinary surgeons, and reviewing those standards from time to time as the circumstance might permit.